Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They're okay. So, I've been playing these remakes for an unhealthy amount of time, and although I've had my fun with these remakes, they're far from incredible. So today, we're gonna take a look at the Pokemon remakes, and we're gonna see what exactly went wrong, what they nailed, and what stopped them from becoming the remakes we were hoping to get. So first, let's start with this game as a whole. It's just Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, but they turned up the 3D slider and filled in the holes of things they removed with new content. So the first part of this is the difficulty. In Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the difficulty is quite questionable. No, it's not as easy as Sword and Shield, but it's not the hardest Pokemon game out there. I might even say the difficulty is a bit of both of those things. I'd say it's very inconsistent, which consistency is a big part of this. I'll explain later. Here's an example of this. So I would find myself to just fly right past all the trainers in gyms or in routes, because they were so easy, and then make it to the gym leader, and it doesn't really work out. In my opinion, it gets worse later on in the game, like at the Pokemon League. Next, I want to talk about the post-game. Now, I know it's a little early, and no, I won't spoil the major details, but hear me out. So in my opinion, the post-game is when the developers just absolutely gave up. And this is so disappointing because the post-game is the game's last chance to prove its worth. Now, the biggest part of the post-game is definitely the battle zone. And when you get to the fight area at the battle zone, it's a little bit underwhelming. Number one, the battle frontier isn't there, which is such a missed opportunity. The battle frontier is so fun, and yes, they did leave the battle tower in there, but they even removed features like being able to do multi-battles with your friends in the battle tower. Then when you get to the boss of the battle tower, well, his character model looks like garbage. They took Cynthia's music, they took Nessa's Pokeball throwing animation, made it worse, and dropped it onto whatever this is. And the reason why this is so disappointing to me is because the rest of the game doesn't have this problem. The game looks so clean, and the characters are full of emotion. Now, I know a lot of people don't really care about the battle tower, and that's okay. So, what they have here is more areas to explore. Though, the one that I want to look at is Stark Mountain, because there is so much missed potential here. So this is the exterior of Stark Mountain in Pokemon Platinum, which I think looks amazing. They have lava, they have volcanic ash. It makes you really feel like you're on a volcano. And, well, in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it looks like this. Not too great. Now, that's kind of it for the battle zone. But there's more to the post-game, because if we go down, south of Sinnoh, we have Ramanas Park. So if you didn't know, Ramanas Park's selling point is catching legendaries. Now, I'm okay with catching legendaries. I don't mind catching a lot of Pokemon, but the problem is that even though we've had this kind of gimmick for years now in Pokemon games, I think this is like the worst way of doing it. So in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you had the Max Lair, where you could team up with friends and go through Dynamax adventures and catch legendaries that way. And in my opinion, it was pretty fun. Also, Sun and Moon's way of catching legendaries was pretty cool as well. Even Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where you would soar above the Hoenn region to catch legendary Pokemon. But the gimmick this time around for catching legendaries is grinding in the underground. This isn't it. Now, you have to find these shards, and they're so rare, they're not easy to come by. And even catching the Pokemon isn't fun, because even though Pokeballs aren't that expensive, when you're not making as much money as previous Pokemon games, like in Sword and Shield, they were generous with money. It was pretty cool, but in this game, there's no good way to get money in the post-game except to battle the Pokemon League over and over, battle old people, and maybe rematch some gym leaders. So that's kind of it for the post-game. There isn't that much else to do, which is kind of disappointing. However, at least we have a post-game, But if you're playing the game and you still want to do more, you can always complete your Pokédex. Now, completing the Pokédex, it's very time-consuming. However, at the end, it feels so worth it. Now, yes, I have completed the Pokédex before, but in this game, I don't plan on it because the Pokédex is just extremely confusing sometimes. Here's what I mean. So, first of all, it doesn't show you Pokemon in the Grand Underground, which is pretty strange since there are a ton of Pokemon that are in the Grand Underground that you can't normally find in the Sinnoh region, or can be harder to find. I don't understand why they couldn't have just maybe put on the Pokédex that it can be found in the Underground. The second thing is that when you beat the game, well, you might see a little message when you go into the menu that says, "A lot of Dunsparce have been spotted on Route 208. Then you go to said area and then now Pokemon are in the overworld? I mean, honestly, this is pretty cool, but the weird thing is that you can't actually encounter them in the overworld, you have to find them randomly. But once you finally encounter one, and then catch it, and then add it to your Pokédex, you can check your Pokédex to see the entry of the Pokemon that you just caught, but it isn't listed in the Sinnoh region. Now that's it for the Pokédex, and now I have a couple minor little things, just a bunch of random things to complain about. Alright, here we go. The first problem is the hitboxes. They're garbage for some reason. Why is this a square? I understand we're trying to be faithful to the original games, but why? This is a circle. And it's just terrible in the Grand Underground. I should be able to get through here, but for some reason I can't get through here. And I can get through here. I'm stuck now. Now just take a look at the 7th gym for a moment. Now, most important trainers and gym leaders have animations for when they're speaking to you during a battle. And like I was saying about the post-game earlier, when it comes to the Dawn rematch in the post-game, well, I mean, come on, this isn't some kind of random character. And then the losing animation. This isn't a still image. Alright, so that's kind of everything. I am somewhat disappointed because they could have done so much more with the Sinnoh remakes, but these definitely aren't a terrible game. I mean, I had my fun in them. I'd say you'd get like maybe 25 hours out of them, and they are quite enjoyable. They're quite fast-paced. They don't drag on forever. Some parts of the game can be difficult at times, and the route design is actually really good. Caves are challenging again. But anyway, that has been Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And like I said, they're okay. And we will see what Game Freak has in store for us with Pokemon Legends Arceus. But I don't know, are these games worth it? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.